Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's another series loss to the Marlins. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Soundstove Media, and today we're going to cap on this afternoon's game between the Phillies and the Miami Marlins as the Phillies lose 11-3 to the Marlins. And as they lose this 4-game series, Zach Wheeler, probably his worst start as a member of the Philadelphia Phillies, giving up 7 earned runs. I guess before getting into this video, please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. This video is also brought to you by All Things Phillies. All Things Phillies provides a daily video of highlights from the game. So please go subscribe to his channel, link in the description section. Disaster. This is an absolute disaster. And honestly, this starting pitching hasn't been very good so far this year. It really hasn't. It's not been very good. Zach Wheeler with a terrible start this afternoon. And yes, I understand he's still a little bit worn out from last year. I think that's important to bring up. I think that's important to talk about. Yes, he's still worn out from last year. He's still very fatigued from last year. He threw a lot of innings last year. He had a shortened spring training. He really didn't get to work much during the lockout. So I understand a lot of that. Definitely with the shoulder soreness, he hasn't really been 100% healthy. Had a couple rough starts, especially at the latter end of the season last year. But this is undoubtedly the worst start, as a member of the Philadelphia Phillies. Think of the scoring summary here in the bottom of the second inning. Jazz Chisholm Jr. triples on a ground ball to right field. Brian Anderson comes around to score as it's now 1-0 Marlins here in the first. So it was even a stuff right around the middle part of the plate. We all know that Zach Wheeler loves to ever land the fastball. That was a cutter right there. As you did see, it was a ground ball right here. He tried to generate the ground ball. Rumor Hart said that pitch was meant to be, a little bit more elevated. I don't quite understand it. He, just obviously trying to generate a ground ball, using the cutter down in the zone. I don't really understand it. Judge Chisholm again, it can run. And Brian Anderson also has decent speed as he easily comes around to score to make it a 1-0 lead. And we pick it up here in the same inning. Brian De La Cruz singles on the ground ball to left field. Jazz Chisholm comes around to score easily from third. It's now 2-0 Miami. Of course, when Jazz Chisholm Jr. reached third, I'm like, they're gonna drive him into the sense. And I'm like, it's gonna be 2-0 Marlins right here. Sure enough, Brian De La Cruz proved my point. So 2-0 Miami. Then Miguel Rojas, the Philly murderer. This guy is absolutely kills us. He triples on a line drive to right field, the second triple of the inning, because he goes the other way to drive in Brian De La Cruz, as it's now 3-0 Miami. So Zach Wheeler was really getting hit hard, leaving the stuff all over the middle part of the plate. They were just sitting there waiting for it. And then Jesus Sanchez singles on a line drive to right field that sneaks in, and Miguel Rojas comes around to score, as it's now a 4-0 Miami lead. So ouch. So that really just was, wow. At that point of ball game, friend of the pod, Jack Fritz, it feels like a loss. In the words of the legendary Jack Fritz, feels like a loss. And this Phillies offense has been very streaky so far already this season. And Zach Wheeler definitely was struggling with his command and just had all the makings of a Phillies loss. It just felt like a Phillies loss, and sure enough, it was. So 4-0 right here. This was just not a good part of the ball game. Rough second inning for Zach Wheeler. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the third inning. He does it again, ladies and gentlemen. The Philly killer strikes again as Miguel Rojas singles on a line drive, this time to left field. Brian Anderson comes around to score as it's now 5-0 Miami. So Zach Wheeler surrenders another RBI single. And a lot of these balls were hard hit. And he just didn't have it today. He just didn't have it at all. He just was just so bad today. No other way to say it, man. He just didn't look. He didn't look comfortable out there. The starting pitching in the series, other than the Ranger Suarez going 5 innings, wasn't that good at all. It was actually very, very bad. It was very bad. Kyle Gibson looked terrible. Zach Eflin looked terrible. Zach Wheeler really looked terrible. So the starting pitching in this series, bad. And honestly, wasn't good in the Mets series either. So the starting pitching so far to start this year has not been there. Hasn't at all. And that was supposed to be one of our strongest, points. The bullpen in the defense were supposed to be the weak points. Of course, the defense is still not very good, but the bullpen actually has been pretty good. So 5-0 Miami. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Joey Wendell singles on a ground ball to center field as Jorge Soler and Jesus Sanchez come around to scores. It's now 7-0 Marlins. I knew it was over after the 4-0 RBI single by Jesus Sanchez, but this really got the game in the bag for the Marlins. And in the top of the 5th inning, Bryce Harper, right? I mean, here we go, his second of the season as he homers on a fly ball to right field that traveled 393 feet, and that ball was crushed. So it's the Phillies going to win now a 7-1 ball game. So he definitely had a good day today. He will not be done as he driving another run later on an RBI double. So definitely a nice swing right there by Bryce. In the bottom 6th inning, Jazz Chisholm Jr. doubles on a line drive to right field. Joey Wendell comes around to score. As the Marlins get that run right back now, an 8-1 ball game. So Harper makes it a 6-run ball game. And then Jazz Chisholm Jr. makes sure that 7-run lead is put right back. So 8-1 Miami. Then the same inning, I understand this was a tough play. I mean, yes, he maybe could have, gotten Brian Anderson here as Peyton Henry grounds out. I mean, a high bouncer to the left side of the infield as Christopher Sanchez had to go to his right. And Brian Anderson speeds home and scores. But meanwhile, he was able to throw out Peyton Henry. Marlins now extended the lead, now a 9-1 ball game. So that was a tough play. Brian Anderson, the guy that can run. That was just a weird play right there. That was just a very, very weird play. So 9-1 Marlins. Then we pick it up here in the top of the 7th inning. He does it again. I mean, Bryce Harper homers earlier. And then here he is doubling on a sharp line drive to left field the other way. His 4th double of the season as JT Muto comes around to score now a 9-2 ball game. So Bryce Harper, I love to see that man. I mean, hopefully this is starting to get him going. He had a nice 3-hit day this afternoon. One of the positives you could take out of this ball game, there weren't many positives, but that was one positive. If you're trying to look for a positive, that's one positive you could take. Get up here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Jazz Chisholm Jr. has absolutely killed us today as he hits a sacrifice fly to right field at the Nick Castellanos. And Jesus Aguilar comes around to score as it's now a 10-2 ball game. In the top of the 8th inning, he absolutely unloaded on this one. I mean, as I said, it only went 392 feet. Honestly, that's close to 400 feet, but I mean, this ball was absolutely tattooed as he really needed this one. Kyle Schwarber homers on a fly ball to right field, deep right field down the line. That ball was destroyed. So he got to start on that left field in this one as he hit 5th, and it's now a 10-3 ball game. So that ball was crushed. So as I say, he really needed that one bad. Hopefully this gets him going. I mean, 2-hit day today. The infield single, then he hits an absolute nuke out to right, and then Jesus Sanchez about the 8th inning singles on a ground ball to center field up the middle, and Peyton Henry comes around to scores. It's now 11-3 Marlins lead, and that would be your final. This is mercy. I mean, mercy. I mean, uncle. I mean, my goodness. So we're running out of Miami, ladies and gentlemen. We are running out of Miami, scared to death. I mean, against this inept and pathetic Marlins team. But we're inept and pathetic because we can't beat this team. It's just it's a joke. I mean, I understand they have a lot of good young players over there, but they're not where they need to be. I mean, I think we all know that. And it's just so sad that every time, not only do we go down there, I mean, when they come up there, it's more when we go down there, we get our butts handed to us, to say it nicely. And even when they come up to the bank, I mean, we usually don't play well up there against them either. So another serious loss to these guys. So it's just time and time again, they just beat us, man. They've done a great job at. You got to give them credit at beating us. I mean, they just have our number. There's something about it. As GT got at the start of the leadoff spot and collected a knock. And Bryce Harper 3 hits this afternoon. Of course, that nice line drive single left, the RBI double, the solo homer. So Harp definitely had a good day today. He looked more like his MVP self. So that was great to see. And then Nick Castellanos also collecting a knock as he got the start out and right. And as I said, Harper did DH. That's nice. And this is one of the perks of DH, as I was talking about when they agreed on universal DH. I'm like, hey, in the Sunday finale, Bryce Harper, needs to rest a little bit. Of course, it's really early in the season. It's nice to have that option, not putting him out in right field. And it's not like you have to send him, hey, just DH him. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's wonderful. So I love it. The universal DH is a wonderful thing. And Rhys Haskins, a rough day today as he goes down on strikes 3 times. And Kyle Schwarber collecting 2 knocks right, the infield single and the absolute bomb out to right field that traveled 392 feet. That ball was destroyed. Other than that, not much out of this Phillies offense, though, right? I mean, Jeet Segura, lousy performance today, going hitless. Dieter Gregorius collects a knock at short. Funny, because Dieter Gregorius at 265, and he only has a 630 OPS. The guy's in 265, which, of course, isn't great. It's just okay. He has a 630 OPS, which is just horrible. So I understand. How do you get 265 and have a 630 OPS? It's just bizarre. Margot and another start at third as he goes hitless. This is another thing. I understand he wanted to get Kyle Schwarber back in the lineup, but I mean, this offense is struggling right now. I understand, yes, we scored 10 runs last night. I understand that, but take that away. We've been struggling offensively. And when you have Alec Bohm, who's arguably the Phillies' hottest hitter right now, I mean, of course, Bryce Harper's starting to heat up a little bit. And, Kyle Schwarber, that nice home run today, but other than that, he's been terrible, of course. But when this offense is struggling, don't you want to keep the guy in there? Don't you want to do whatever you can to keep the guy in there that is hot? So I don't understand Joe Girardi's decision-making. I just don't understand that. And apparently he will get some more time out there at third base. Of course, he is a terrible defender. But Simon Mazzuti gets to start out in center. And, of course, Simon Mazzuti and Nick Castellanos both missed playing a ball out in the right center field today. Total miscommunication. Looked like the Bad News Bears out there. It was colliding, then the ball drops. It's just like plays that Major League players should make. Easily. So there's no excuse for that. As Zach Wheeler worst start in his Phillies career. 3 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs, all 7 runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Terrible. I mean, it's just leaving the fastball over the middle part of the plate. And a lot of these fastballs he likes to elevate the left-handed hitters were just so much lower today. And his stuff just didn't look good today. It just didn't. I mean, how about the velo? And to lose 3+ miles an hour on your fastball, I mean, why in the world would you leave that guy in the game? And Joe Girardi continues to let him go out there. I mean, like an insane trouble velo, that should tell you something. That's a warning sign. That is a warning. Hey, I think this guy's starting to get fatigued. He just doesn't have it today. He was just 3+ miles an hour on his fastball. Okay, I think it's time. And he's sitting pretty low on that fastball. Like, what's going on? What's going on with Joe Girardi? I don't understand it. I kind of got my voice back a little bit now. Now I can kind of talk a little bit louder. So I finally, hopefully, got my voice back. But I don't understand Joe Girardi. I just don't understand Chris Sanchez. Also a rough appearance out of the Phillies bullpen, going 3 into third. 3 earned, 4 hits. Brad Hand, kind of helping us work out of the jam. Of course, he did allow the sacrifice. That run was charged to Chris Sanchez. That was the Alvarado. He hits a hitter. We hit 4 hitters this afternoon. It's in 4. Most hitters that we've hit since September 25th, 2016. So it's been quite some time. That is your final 11-3. I don't even know what to even say. Just not even surprising. You go into this year, you have Kyle Schwarber, you have Nick Castellanos, you have these huge offensive pieces struggling against this Marlins team in years past. You go down to Miami, you're thinking, hey, it's a new year. I talked about this the other day. You think, hey, it's a new year. Hopefully we got this now. Hopefully we're, starting to get our act together a little bit. Hopefully now we can finally beat these guys. Of course, that does not happen. As we lose 3 of 4. There is simply no excuse when you're going against, the second worst team in this division to lose 3 out of 4 like this. When you have the New York Mets who are off to a fast start, we have a 7-3 record, there's absolutely no excuse to lose 3 out of 4 to these guys. No excuse. You have to do everything in your power to make sure that you at least win the series. And we easily could have won this series. Easily. So there's simply no excuse with the way. Our pitching staff was horrendous in the series. And I will say, usually they don't score these kind of runs against us. But the offense, honestly, leaving Miami, I'm a little bit more annoyed with the pitching staff. I am. I'm not happy with our offense either. I'm a little bit more annoyed with, especially our starting pitching. Our back end guys in the bullpen doing their job. Let me just say that. Corey Knebel doing his job. Brad Hand doing his job. Anthony Dominguez, for the most part, doing his job. I'm not worried about those guys. I'm worried about, Bailey Falter, Chris Sanchez, things of that nature, right? Guys like that. I'm really worried about our starting rotation. Offense has been very shaky. Up a 3-game set against the Colorado Rockies as we get a much-needed day off on Thursday. 8:40 the first pitch tomorrow night. Aaron Nola 1-1 with 6.75 ERA going against Chad Cole. He does not have a win or loss this year. He has a 2.08 ERA. So this is a place we have not played well in the past 10 years. So hopefully we can win the series. That's going to be very difficult. Last year we easily should have won that series. Remember Hector Neris? Now at the Houston Astros. Remember he blew one of those games. That was just so frustrating. So guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media. Link in the description section at Phillies Honso Media. Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at Honso Media. Card text 267-225-392. Email me, phillieshonsomedia@gmail.com. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Luke and I'll talk to you later. Abysmal, pathetic. Any word you want to say. This series was a disaster, and I can't see how it's going to get any better against these guys. I don't know anymore. I just think it's just bizarre. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Noah Cole tomorrow night against the Rockies. I'll see you guys.